Cintia, thank you very much for being here. It's a pleasure speaking to you. Uh, OTPP is one of the main foreign investors active in Brazil at the moment. Considering the macroeconomic scenario, the geopolitical tensions on the world, has your views for the region and the faith of what can be done in Brazil changed? What's the current play for you guys there?
So the view hasn't changed. I think when you look at the interest rates and the level that they are today, I think it's tough for international investors, especially investors like us, to be deploying a lot of capital. But the view hasn't changed, specifically in relation to Brazil. Brazil is a strategic country to Ontario teachers. And what does that mean? It means that it's a place where the fund wants to deploy resources and time to be present, to make sure it can, take the advantage of knowing the landscape to make really good investments. So I think Brazil is a place where teachers wants to be. I think that just right now it's a tough environment for new investments, given where the interest rates are, especially in the developed markets.
Usually, when you go to any country, you go with a local partner. Why is that? And is that still the same strategy? That will change anytime? Or do you think you're going to be always going via local partner?
No, that's our strategy. That's in our DNA. I think when we invest outside of Canada, we always partner up with best-in-class local shops. I think, we have a lot of information, we do a lot of research, but, nothing compares to being on the ground, being native, knowing the dynamics of the market, the dynamics of real estate, what works, what doesn't work. In emerging markets, you have to navigate the tax system, the legal system. So, we understand that the best way to invest outside of Canada is always with with a good local player, and that's not going to change.
One of the major problems the real estate players are facing, especially in the US, but also in Europe, is related to the office sector. A lot of vacancy, the interest rates are very high, therefore refinancing becomes a problem. How do you see that in Latin America? Do you have any strategy in place to face this challenge, or is it a different kind of challenge compared with what other players are facing here in the US?
What you said is just right. I think the office landscape in Latin America is very different than what we're seeing in the US and Canada. It's way less levered, and I don't think it's not going to get to the same distress that people are expecting here. That being said, if you have best-in-class assets, you're doing fine, because I think in most of those markets, new good assets, well located, they are performing well. But, that being said, it doesn't mean that's an easy market. I think it's probably a time that you have to work a lot to keep your assets occupied. But I don't see the same type of stress and concern that people are seeing here in the US especially.
A few weeks ago, we saw a very significant movement from your organization by selling about 80% of your shares for Multiplan, if I'm not mistaken. And my question is, do you believe is it time to just recycle the portfolio for shopping in Brazil? What's the strategy here, and where do you think this money will migrate? Can we see this money going to any other asset classes in Brazil as well, or there will be another destination for the capital?
So I think we invested in Multiplan back in 2006. So it's been 18 years, and it's been a fantastic investment for us. It's a great company. So we wanted to get some liquidity. It doesn't mean that we don't like the investment, we don't like the company. We still own 18%, which is a big stake. We're the second largest shareholder. So we like the investment. I think the management team is fantastic. When you look at the results of the first quarter of the year-end 2023. They broke all the records. The company is performing super well. But that being said, it's a legacy investment. We wanted to get some partial liquidity there. And so we did that trade a couple of weeks ago. I don't see that money being recycled into other investments in the near future. I think Teachers is now taking like a cash defensive position, given where
Like
the
many other
interest
funds, I
rates
suppose.
are. Yeah, I think it's the same with all the other
line, yeah.
funds. So I think it's a very, very safe, conservative approach for now. So the money is gonna get deployed somewhere eventually, but
When time comes,
yeah,
and
when
the right
time
opportunity
comes.
comes.
Yeah.
Perfect. Cintia, thank you very much.